Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, 90s View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? Hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. In today's video, I would like to talk about the floods in Dubai and point out a few facts that many people may have missed. Hey Google, what date were the Dubai floods?
According to Royal Meteorological Society, this part of the world is characterized by long, dry spells with irregular bursts of heavy rain and flash floods, but the 16th of April 2024 may well be the region's wettest April day on record. The Emirates news agency described it as a historic weather event that surpassed anything seen since records began in 1949.
The catastrophic weather event that took place in Dubai is just not confined to that region of the world. It's happening day after day around the world, and over a number of years seems to be getting worse and worse, to biblical proportions. That may be the best way to describe it. But to understand what was happening in Dubai and what went on, let's have a look at some facts. On the heavy rains in Dubai due to cloud seeding, the UAE has used cloud seeding since 2002 to address the water security issues. Even though the lack of drainage in many areas can cause flooding, the National Centre of Meteorology, that was easy for me to say, said it seeded clouds April 14th to April 15th, but not April 16th. Well, that was lucky then, wasn't it? So now we know that they're actually cloud seeding. What is the chemical makeup of cloud seeding? Let's ask Google. Hey Google, what is the chemical composition of cloud seeding?
According to Desert Research Institute, most cloud seeding operations, including those run by DRY, use a compound called silver iodide, Ag-I, to aid in the formation of ice crystals. Silver iodide exists naturally in the environment at low concentrations, and is not known to be harmful to humans or wildlife.
And we'll get back to that statement about silver iodine very, very shortly. On YouTube or the media, you're allowed to say the words cloud seeding. There's nothing wrong with it at all. If you use the words geoengineering, weather modification, chemtrails, you're a conspiracy theorist. Of course you are. But when you're spraying, cloud seeding, well, what difference is it? You're modifying the weather, you're geoengineering the weather, and you're putting chemicals into the sky. You're basically chemtrailing. Come on, Nige, Google just told us that silver iodine is found in nature and it's not harmful to humans or wildlife. Oh, then I must be a conspiracy theorist. Right. For anybody that thinks that cloud seeding is safe, let me take you to this page, icliniq, the virtual hospital. I'll leave the links to this in the description box down below, nice and simple for everybody to find. First Aid and Emergencies, silver iodine toxicity, symptoms, diagnosis and treatment. It's a 4-minute read. Lovely. Let's have a look at the introduction. Silver iodine is a chemical compound of silver and iodine that has been used in industry for many years. It has been used as an agricultural pesticide and in cloud seeding, a process that involves releasing silver iodine into the clouds to create rain. Oh, fancy that. It is also used in photography. So what you're trying to say to me that if I stand outside with an unprocessed film from my 35mm camera, I can process the pictures. Ooh, that's handy. And as a disinfectant, unfortunately the use of silver iodine has been linked to numerous health risks, including toxicity, reproductive disorders, developmental defects and cancer. Symptoms of silver iodine toxicity include coughing, wheezing and difficulty breathing. I've dealt with this in another video. It's called It's the Cars. Links to that down below. A lot more information about what's going on in our skies. If you haven't seen it, I highly do recommend that you don't watch it because it's full of, false information. Of course it is. Silver iodine is extremely toxic and can cause severe burns if it comes into contact with the skin. Inhaling silver iodine can also be fatal. That doesn't sound very good at all. What is silver iodine toxicity? Silver iodine AgL is a yellowish white powder used in photography as a pigment and in manufacturing certain types of glass. it also can be found in some air pollution control devices. Silver iodine is slightly soluble in water and it is more toxic than silver. When silver iodine enters the environment, it can attach to particles in the air, such as dust or smoke. Once these contaminated particles are inhaled, they deposit in the lungs and cause irritation. Ingestion of silver iodine can lead to nausea, vomiting and diarrhea. Prolonged exposure to silver iodine can cause agorrhea, and that's when you turn blue, like a blueberry or a Oompa Loompa. Before the comments section lights up with people saying about iodine and colloidal silver, yes, it's extremely good for you in very, very minuscule amounts. But if you're living under the flight path where they're geoengineering, cloud seeding, you're touching it, you're breathing it, you're ingesting it, and I think that is most people around the world, especially with Charlie Boy, but the ingredients in that are much more nefarious. And a very, very good morning to you. Look at Charlie Boy in the air, having a good old spray. Hey, what you trying to hide there in the sky, Sonny Jim? So in conclusion, what have we actually learned from this video? The UAE, United Arab Emirates, have been chemtrailing, cloud seeding the sky since 2002. That's quite some time. Also, we actually presume to know what their payload is, silver iodine, but they could be using something totally different with far-reaching implications to human health and wildlife that we understand. They've also managed to cause a weather bomb for themselves. Weather modification is going to come back and bite you. Mother Nature is going to say, go f yourself. And that's exactly what's happened. We actually don't know as a human race, if we do something in the sky today, that it has a butterfly effect, maybe next week, next year. We haven't really got a clue. We know nothing as a human race, just a very, very small amount. And we presume to have all the answers, and we certainly don't. And we know if you spray silver iodine in the sky, it produces ice crystals. Oh, fancy that. For me, there's no difference between cloud seeding, geoengineering, modifying the weather, or chemtrailing. For me, it's all exactly the same. Silver iodine's not good for you, and those other chemicals that are, ice crystals that come out the back of planes, yeah, they're fine. They're not modifying the weather. They're absolutely fine. Just one more point to be made. If they can control the weather and make it rain, they can also cause droughts. A famous quote once said, "He who controls the weather controls the world." I think that was from Klaus Schwab. Bill Gates. No, Mickey Mouse. Of course, climate change is real, 100%. Of course it is. It's because cows are farting in the field and you're burning the dinner. What else could it be? Be a good citizen and believe what your governments tell you. They would never lie to you now, would they? No, not at all. Anyway, that's all I've got for you now. It's for you to make your own minds up. Much love, much peace, and I'll catch you next time. Don't forget geoengineering.org, 660,000 weather modification patents. I'll leave the links to that down below. That will take some reading, won't it? Take care.